Hello and welcome to Upcycling SOS. If you saw my last video, you will know that I've had to get a new car because of the Volvo, and had a fight with a Deer 1, car gone. New car, new to me anyway. So on this video I'm going to show you how to change a key fob, because when I got the keys for this, that's how they came. So I went to a quite a famous-ish kind of cobblers / key makers in the high street in the UK. I won't say their names because of copyright, or so they don't sue me for some reason if somebody sees it. So let's call them Simpsons. So Simpsons wanted 50 quid to change and refurbish this. So I thought, that's a bit much. Can I do it myself? Turns out you can. I bought this from Amazon for less than £6. So the tools you'll need is the key, the fob, little flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head, Torx 8-bit, and a new battery. This battery is a CR2016. Don't know if it'll do for yours, but this is what it takes for this one. So we'll get you down and then we'll go from there. Should be easy enough. So the first thing we need to do is disassemble the old one. On the back of the key here you will see a little screw, and this is the Torx 8-bit on this particular key fob. Undo that, get the flathead screwdriver, put it in this little hole and put it in and twist. That's all it is. And all you're doing is you're separating it. As easy as that. And then there we go, and separate. That's the key fob itself. That's the one that opens and shuts the door. And in the back of it, right there, this is the little transponder that speaks to the immobilizer. That's what starts the car. That speaks to the immobilizer in the car and allows it to start. Otherwise it'll just turn and jigga 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 jigga. It won't fire. You need that in there. So to get that out, we'll take this out first. Easy enough. Pull, boop. Oh, I don't know if it matters, but I've always made a note that the key number is at the back. On the back of it, so we'll put it in the same way later. So for this one, you just put it in, and again, little pry, comes out quite easily, and out it pops. And we don't need that. And that's the transponder. Careful with that, do not lose that or you won't get your car going. This one, all it's got is these two little kind of dog hair. These two little plasticky things, they just hold it in. You just pull it off nice and gently. And that's that. So it's good that the two buttons on here are intact, on my other one, my spare one of the buttons is gone, so I'm going to have to solder them back on, and I'll do a video on that one later. Simpsons wanted 60 quid for the other one because they had to put one of them on. So, first of all, let's make that easy. Battery. So, this is the positive and the negative. Positive on the top. And all you do is you push it until it reaches these bars at the back. Done. So let's get our new one. Inside, I can hear the screw. There it is. Now, I wonder, because that one doesn't have the Peugeot and that one does, you should be able to just do that. At least then you know it's the Peugeot, don't you? Oh, this is teensy-wincy too small. Okay, doesn't quite look right, so we won't do that. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back. First, we'll put the key in, and we said, didn't we, the numbers of the key faces the back. That's how it was on the old one, so let's do it on this one. I don't think it matters, but let's do it anyway. The transponder, the hole for the transponder seems a little bit too big. So, what I'm going to do, luckily, you could put a bit of glue or something there, but I've got a little bit of blue tack. So, put that in there. And that's now secure. It's not coming out, so it won't move. There we go. So, put this back in. This goes into the front. Obviously we need to line the holes with those little rubber things. So that's now up. Put the key back in. There, and where's, is it this one? Yep, and this is a Phillips, so put that in there, change to the Phillips. That's it. I can feel the buttons underneath the rubber. Shall we go and test it? Make sure it works. Okay, so let's test it. That locks. And it opens. Locks. And it opens. No. Pardon? Oh, nothing. I've fixed my key.
Oh, I thought you were like taking pictures as if someone's hit your car.
No, 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 no. No. Oh, Cosmo, what are you doing? That is my cat. He has. Hey. As my next door neighbour thought that somebody might have hit the car. So. Oh yeah, I didn't notice until I got them on. Oh, let's put Black Sabbath off. I don't want copyright. And the transponder works. So there we go. Key works. Not bad. £6. Not even £6. Good. So there we have it. So they wanted £50 to fix this. I did it in less than 6, and it took me 5 minutes, 10 at most. So it's as easy as that. I'll order a button for my other one, and I'll do a video on that one. Now they wanted 60 for that one, and therefore it's going to cost me about, I don't know, £8 maybe. Still better than 60, isn't it? And it'll take me 10 minutes, quarter of an hour tops, because well, not even that really, because it's soldering. Only doesn't take long. But anyway, that's the next video. That'll save you a few quid maybe. I'm guessing that one of those plasticky ones are all the same as well in the inside. You just take the fob, and that's that. When it comes to the spring loading key one, if you've got one of them, just be wary of where the spring. I've never fixed one of those, so I don't know what the spring is like, where it goes, does it pop out? Have a look, save yourself some cash, learn something new. So, like the video if it helps in any way. It does help the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I've had some really nice influx of people coming in. Hopefully not just for the Volvo. But stick around for the Peugeot as well, because I'll be doing lots of stuff on that. And comments. I'm getting lots of nice comments. Really am. And I've even got people defending me, because one on my Siamp one guy just wrote boring. Don't know what he was expecting. But a lot of you did comment and tell him to stop being negative. All it's there for is try to save you money. You don't like it. I don't mind you saying that it's boring. Can you tell me why it's boring? That's for me. Because if I'm doing something and you're not keen on how it's done, if you let me know, then I might change it. Might change the way that it's done. Because I'll only know if you let me know. Otherwise, I'll keep doing the same old boring things. So, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in and watching this video. And keep tuned. I will be making more videos very shortly. More how-to videos, how to keep you safe, how to keep yourself, save a bit of cash. Times are hard. So, remember, reuse, recycle, upcycle. Bye for now.